What's up, Sergeant? If you're jumping in the house, okay. So now I want to talk about kids at home. You know, I made one about this kids in school, but a lot of this stuff happens at home. I mean, you can fix at home. When your kids are at home, they don't listen to you. They don't do anything you say. They're acting up and doing this. It's all the same thing. All they're doing is just reacting off some image that is in their. I mean, these images that are in their heads and stuff like that. What you have to do is one day, you know, get your kids, go to the country or someplace where it's real nice and quiet. Have them leave their games at home, their phones at home, everything at home. And you do some nature stuff in nature, go hiking or whatever. But while you're hiking, it's a good chance for you to talk to your children about, you know, the way they're thinking and how they're being tricked into doing a lot of things just by images only. You know, I mean, your hero. It's just an image in your head, you know, when you should be the hero. When actually you created the hero, so you should be the hero. And things like that. So you sit down and you talk to them and you ask them, you know, why they do this. And a lot of times, you know, like I was watching this Crip Walk, and the guy in there said, you know, he asked his for the game back. He said, oh, I'll just do it for the hood. And that was the best answer they could come up with. And of course, that's going to be the only answer they're going to come up with, because a lot of them don't know that they're just doing things off of these images and stuff that are in their heads. And you got to talk to them, and you write these 5 steps down. And when they, you know, if you discuss past problems that you've had, and see and then show them how they went through this process. Because, like my daughter, you know, she got upset. She's only in the 1st grade, and I already told her she don't like math because she listens to my son, who's older than her, and her mom, you know, and I'm trying to teach her math, and I'm trying to teach her, and she's like, I don't understand, it's difficult. And of course, you know, they just sucking up everything that she's saying, you know, because it gives them an excuse not to do it, because I guess evidently they probably watch something on cartoons or something, I don't know, and they're on there, they're talking about, I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that, you know. And so she was like, I don't like math. And I'm like, why don't you like math? She, I just don't like it. I said, well, what about learning if you don't like it? And we kind of like got in a little bit of discussion about it, you know. And I said, well, if you don't try, you know, you're not going to, of course, I mean, and no, she don't like math. And I said, well, what does liking math and having to do math have in common? There's no relationship there, so just do it, you know. And, but I found it, I said, okay, fine, just go to sleep. So she went to sleep. Next morning, woke up, and, you know, she kind of did it a little bit. Her mother was like probably the biggest motivation, you know. And so she, you know, she did her homework, which is always fine and stuff. But, you know, I'm just wanted her to realize that the only motivation she needs is knowing, you know, she got to do it. She knows she has to do it. She just go on and do it and stuff like that. The cops. And so and that's it. So basically you have to sit down and you have to talk to your kids about this, because it's very important. These children are really just wasting a lot of time by saying that they don't want to do it, or by not even trying, you know. And if you work together with them, one day you're gonna because all you gotta do is explain to them a couple of times. And then as they start going about their life, when they go outside, you say, hey, remember those 5 steps I told you? You know, be careful. Because, and you tell them, because all the thoughts that come in your head, you have a choice to entertain them and not entertain them. And the best thoughts to entertain them are not the ones that you create, but the ones that comes natural, as far as, you know, you're walking down the street and you see a book, and you know, some says, oh, go check that book out. You know, a lot of people don't do that, you know, because they think of whatever. But that signal might be one thing that might save your life, or, you know, make you miss an accident by, you know, a couple of seconds, you know what I'm saying? I mean, one deviation is going to change your future drastically. So, if you explain this to them and talk to them, then as they go out in their daily activities and stuff, they're going to understand it, and they're going to be able to get control and really stop a lot of this stuff. And then they'll tell their friends, and they'll just spread like wildflower. They really would. And hopefully we get out here and tell these white people the same thing, because they are stuck in this too, just like we are. You know, it's probably even more stuck, because you know, when you get to the point where, you know, these commentators or whatever is saying, you know, well, the only reason we talk bad about black people is just so that white people can feel better for themselves and things like that. Or, you know, like a lot of the riots just happened because they were bored. You know, that one little white girl just said, well, if black people are going to be the same as white people, then I'm going to be sad because I don't have anyone I can look down on and stuff like that, you know. And they got it really bad, but you know, we got it too. But you know, that whole problem, like this racism stuff with this, it can really go away, because it's going to create a situation where either you want to intentionally be evil, and I mean really want to be intentionally evil, and not even based on an image, just based on the fact that you can actually create this evil. You want to be evil, and then you got all these people who just want to be good, and then once they understand that you just want to be even, then it'll be easier to deal with those type of people. But please talk to your children about it. Remember, the steps are a serious situation. The second step is you come to a conclusion based on zero evidence. Number 3, you think of a reaction based on your conclusion. Then you feel it with adrenaline, and it's automatically accompanied with endorphins. And then you commit the act. When you finish the act, bam, you're in trouble. It's like we saw this one video where this one girl was beating up on this other girl. She had her friends videotape and put it up on YouTube. And now this girl that was punching this other girl, she faced 25 years in jail. And I'm gonna tell you another thing too. This is what I'm going to say too. It's like when like these kids going around doing things and they're laughing about it. What it is that they'll think of something stupid to do, like move a chair. And then when they move the chair, that's the situation. Then they're going to think of another image of the person sitting in the chair and falling. And when they think of that, then they're going to think, okay, I want to laugh. So then they think about, I want to laugh, but at the same time, laughing is also an action. So they still have to fuel it, you know, and they fuel it a little bit with adrenaline. It's going to come with the endorphins, where you laugh and you're feeling good and stuff like that. And even though the act is bad, the whole thing that confirms that action is okay to do is the fact that the endorphins flow with the adrenaline and stuff like that. And a lot of these kids, you're like, why can you think it is? What's wrong with your thinking? How can you do something so horrible? And the horrible thing about it is that, these streets was woo. So anyway, I just rolled over these bumps on the freeway, and it was like, I thought it was a earthquake at first. And it was like going up and down. I was like, oh my God. But anyway, what it is these kids create an image in their heads, and then they laugh and they think it's funny. Well, they think of an image in their head, and when this kid falls down, they're not thinking that the kid might get hurt, but they're probably imagining how the kid might fall. You know, might fall with their legs all up in the air and everything. And to them, that's funny. So then they go out and they do these actions and stuff. And of course, you know, the action is not going to be the same as how can I say that? It's not going to play out as like the same as it did in their mind. So that's what these kids are doing. You know, they're creating these situations in their mind, and they confirming that it's okay to do because of the adrenaline and the endorphins. And I know I might sound crazy and stuff like this, but you know, I'll tell you, I've really thought about this for a long time, and that's all it is. You know, it's your thinking. You know, you got to get control of your thinking. And these kids run around talking about I'm bored and I don't have anything to do, but yet, you know, they do have a lot of stuff to do, a lot of creating things like that to do. But because they watch these programs and listen to other people that saying no, it's boring, and they just repeating this stuff, and they just delaying their futures and creating other situations that might be potentially unsafe for them. So please talk to your kids about this. Talk to your husbands. You husbands or wives in these abusive situations, you can get out of them. Using this, you can really get out of them and things like that. And because once you tell someone this and explain it to them, it's going to grow, and it's going to grow, and they're going to know, and everything they do is going to get more and more and more and more until finally they're going to realize, like, wow, But of course, you got some people that just like their fantasies, and those people, like that, then I'm sure you can just deal with them because, they're gonna like their fantasies, but eventually somebody's gonna come along and overpower them and make them do, either or. So, just please do this with your kids. It really works, and it'll help a lot as your kids grow older and things like that. And that's it. I'm out. Peace. If you have any questions, please ask.